Yes. Yes, hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yes. Let me continue. Yeah, wait. Yeah. Today, actually, I came out. That's why I joined late. Yeah. Here we are in Web UI. So it is the first session on UI technologies. Here first UI. Here it is the user interface. User interactive page. We can create it with this. Here we can create it with HTML 4 and 5. Second topic is CSS 2 and 3. Third topic is JavaScript. Here JavaScript. Then fourth one is jQuery. Here fifth one is Ajax. Here Ajax, and sixth one is responsive design. Responsive design. Then seventh one will be bootstrap. Here bootstrap. Eighth one will be less and SAS programming. Ninth one will be project. So this way we'll continue our topics. Here HTML 4 and 5, CSS 2 and 3. Here 13th June 2022 at UI 6 p.m. Demo. Yeah, here we are discussing web UI technologies. In this, I'm going to cover all these topics. I'm going to explain one real-time project. In every Saturday, generally every Saturday, I'll take one project session. Every Saturday, I'll continue on the project session. Here, first of all, I'm explaining here UI technologies. UI, here it is user interface. We can create user interactive page. We can create user interactive page with this. Here, suppose if I enter any URL, www.facebook.com. If I enter facebook.com, I can see that Facebook homepage. I can see that Facebook homepage. Homepage I can see here. In that homepage, what we do here, so we will write one text box. So you can see text box and another password box, and you can see here submit button. Okay, just 1 second. Here text box we can write here. When we enter any URL in the browser, here you can see here facebook.com. In this facebook.com, I can see here text box, 2 text boxes. When I click on the submit button, I can see some error message. This error message, this is one user interactive page. One of the user interactive page. Here if I submit my application, I can see like this. Here I can see one text box and the password box. When I click on submit button, this data will be submitted to server. This way we can create our application. In this time, here if I enter any gmail at gmail.com, something if I write it, see, you can see here if I enter something ASDF, here I entered here ASDF and I submitted. See, if I submit it, I can see one more error. If I write wrong email ID, I'll get error. If I write wrong format of email ID, I'll get error. If I write wrong username password, I'll get error. These all error messages are just because of front-end programming. So what we are going to learn with this front-end programming only, we are going to see all these error messages. This red color error message will come by JavaScript. Yeah, this programming, this colors and all, this color and this border and this font color, font size, font family, these all we write it with this CSS programming. And the text boxes, password boxes, Here, text boxes, password boxes, submit buttons, these all we write it with HTML programming. Using HTML programming, we write like this. Using CSS programming, we write like that. And using JavaScript, we write server-side programming. We will develop our output. And with jQuery, we can write here. jQuery is nothing but it's a JavaScript framework. We can develop that framework to implement our output. Here in this jQuery programming, we learn how we can implement our jQuery input, how we can submit our data, how we'll get that output. That all we'll see in this jQuery programming. In this Ajax programming time, we'll learn here jQuery. Here it is a library, external library of JavaScript is a jQuery. Ajax is nothing but is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. You will learn this one in the future. Without refreshing the page, how we get the server data, that comes under Ajax. Responsive design, here how we'll get our output in mobile, in desktop, in tablet, in all different devices, how we'll get our output, that comes under responsive. And in Bootstrap, we'll learn it's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You will learn that. Here, lessons as programming, we'll learn here in this. It is a superset of the CSS. We'll continue on the less programming and SAS programming. So, and every Saturday session will continue on the project. Just I gave you brief idea on all this, but let's see here what is a front end. Here, what is a front end? Front end, here you can understand. Here if I submit, if whatever text boxes, whatever submit buttons, whatever colors, you can see that is what here front end. How you are creating your application with all input tags, that comes under here. How you are creating our input tags, that comes under HTML. Here using this HTML and submit button, if you click on the forgot button or something, so you can see that application, how we can implement, how we can create our output, those all will understand with this programming. Here, suppose you can see here, if I am searching for something, so I'm searching for ASDF at something ssdd.com. Here when I click on the search button, see here, I can see that please enter your address, email address, something you can write. Here in that email address, if I enter the proper, if I enter the improper email ID format, we'll get other error message. These error messages will come from the server code. This type of error messages will get it from the server code. Because of server code, we get that type of error messages. Here front end, here you can see here some attractive user interfaces with all bubbling effects and all. I'll show you here. Roser Lab, here roserlab.com. Here under this you can see that, see here, see something it is showing here with a loading symbol. Here one bubble will come. So if I go down, that bubble size continuously increases. See here, bubble size is continuously increasing. See here, this bubble size is completely increasing. Here when I completely go down, see here, when I completely go down, see here, see how the bubble size is completely increasing. It will bounce on some platform. See here, if I go down, I'm trying to go down, but it is not moving. See here, but it is, you can see some bubbling effect. When you forcefully go down, it will get lost. Here if I come up, one more bubble will come. If I want to move to right to left, I can move it. See that movement, right to left movement. If I double click here, see it will be lost. One more bubble will come. This is the way we can create using jQuery effect. We can create this type of water bubbling effect. You can see here plink.com. Here plink. In that plink.com, you can see here plink.com. Here under that, you can see that. See how the closings, openings are moving. How this is moving. How that here all divisions, division, multiplication, everything is moving in this way. See here, movement in the mass. See mass symbols. See if I try to go down, there is no down option. Okay, we have down option. We can go down. See normal content we can see. 3-column layout, 4-column layout, we can see like this. So there is no big change in this if we create like this. Okay. Here there is no movement in the image, but here how that movement is coming in the mass symbols, this type of thing, we can create a link, use blink.com. This you can see here, one after loading the application, see here how the application is rotating, how it is bouncing, how it is, see, displaying this way. Here this type of effect, see how the coins, how the content is coming up, see here. See that coming up content is in a different way. See, if I come up, see if I go down, see here how the contents and coins are coming up. How it is rotating in a 3 dimension. Here how it is rotating in a 3rd dimension. Here you can see that content how it is going. See, scan go. See, normally it is white color. When I move it, I can show you in a black color. Screen will be white. This type of movement we can show to the user by blink. Okay, here, see here, it will bounce on this. See how the content is moving towards left to right. Here, how the content will be moved like this way. Here, this way, we can show that output. Yes, here, this way only will show our execution for the program. Okay, this is the way of implementation of that blink and that execution we can do like this. Here, next, here it is about the blink.com. We can create our output like this. Here I'll show you. That is here we can see that here. Yeah, here we can see that how the application will execute. You can see. Yeah. What is that here? Some AVEC drinks. AVEC drinks site we have drinks.com. So now you can see that here. See, after loading, say it will show you like this. See that AVEC drink. When I click, see here, it is coming up. So content is moving up, bottle is coming up. Here, how the content is moving in the back side, you can see. See here, low sugar, all naturals, our content is moved on that way. See, whatever color we want, that color, see, when you mouse over on it, it will come up. Here, if I click here, a total page will load in that way. If I refresh it, again, theme will change. See, okay, it is selected one. Normally for the home page, for every refreshment, you can see that change in the theme. See, colors will change. The theme of colors are changing here. See, theme and color, both are changing. When I refresh it, again, it will change this way. Here, when I refresh it, you can see that change in the colors like this. Here, once again, refresh this way. Here, this way, generally, we can create it. When I click down, here, down, see, the content will move in this way. Here, this way, generally, will print our output, will execute our program. Here, this is about the printing of our application by this. You can see like this. Here, next. Here we are moving on to the, here it is text boxes and submit button. We can implement it like this. Here text boxes and submit button, we can implement it. So what happened internally here, if I click on the submit button, the data is submitting to server page. Here in this front-end programming, my data is submitting to server page. That server page, if you are clicking on anything, login or anything, you can redirect to that particular application. Suppose if I want to log in here, just I'll click on the login button. Here you can see that login option. Once again, if I refresh it, I'll get that same color. So every refreshment login color is not changing, only theme colors are changing. Here if I, without writing anything, if I submit it, I'll get that error message, invalid email address or password. This type of output is because of our front-end programming, and this error messages are just because of our JavaScript as well as server programming. If we interact with the server, we'll connect to server, we'll get the result. Here, if I enter any email ID and if I enter any password, if I click on the submit button, the data will be submitted to server, we'll get that output. Okay, here I'm clicking on the submit button, I'm connecting to server page, we'll get that server data. Here is our server page. Here is our server page. It is connecting with a Java page or a .NET page. Here it is a .NET page or a PHP page we use like this. Here this way we can connect it. If it is a server page, we'll connect like this. Here this will be connected with a database. This data will be the server page will connect to database. So this will be connected to database. Because of that database, we'll get that result of that database. That type of interactions we can create it, server to database will give you again result back to us. This type of interactions we can create it with our application. This is about the front-end programming is interacting with a server page, server is interacting with database. This to and fro interactions we can create it with our application. Okay. Any doubt in this? 2-3 students left. Any problem? Yes. Yes, any problem? Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What I explained till now, is it clear for you or any doubts?
But till now it's clear.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So by that I can understand how I am teaching. If I go fast or if I go slow or if I am able to are able to follow my class or not, I cannot understand until you respond. Okay, here up to now I explained what is front end. So front end we have different front end. I showed facebook.com, ABC drawings and blink.com, like that I showed different sites with attractive user interfaces. You can see many applications with a many different user interaction pages, and all user interaction pages should be uh, with the attractive user interface. Attractive as well as user should understand the flow of programming. The flow of programming should be understood by the user. Then only user can follow that programming. So if the user keep on clicking on it, suppose if it is refreshing or if it is connecting to some server and it is keep on giving errors, in that way we cannot create any proper application. So that way we'll get that output. Okay, so this is about the programming. Here if you click on login or forgot account or forgot password something, if you write it, if you click on the search button or something, we'll get that error message will print it. So this is about the programming. Here front-end programming we can create it like this. Next we'll move on to the next level of programming. Here first, what is the use of HTML? What is the role of HTML in the programming? I'll explain. So we are going to learn these all topics what I mentioned here. These all topics I'm going to explain in duration to cover this content. Monday to Friday I'll take topic session. Every Saturday I'll take project session. Project means how you use that particular topic in the real time you can understand easily, and everyday recording and paint file and programs and documents, everything will be uploaded in one Gmail drive. That drive will be shared with you. So everyday recordings will be uploaded in one Gmail drive. The drive will be shared with you along with the paint files, documents and programs. By that every day you can revise the session. And duration for this course will be 40 to 45 hours of sessions. 45 hours of sessions usually I'll cover it. It may extend, depends on the doubts and discussions. And every student should be interact in the class, then only I can understand how you are able to follow. Yes, any doubts? Here we are interacting with a application. Suppose if you create any user interactive page, that user interactive page we can create it for the real-time application development. How we use it, that I'll explain to you in the project session. How to use this user interactive page in the real-time application, you can understand from this programming. Okay. Here first I'll explain what is the use of HTML. HTML is mainly used for creating the content of the application. Basic content of the web page, we can create it with this HTML. HTML creates content of the web page. Here HTML creates content of web page. So content of web page we can create it with this HTML. Here what we can do it with CSS. CSS is mainly used for creating the style part of the web page. Style part of web page we can create it with this CSS. Next is script. So what is the use of JavaScript? Here JavaScript is mainly used for creating the functionality of the web page. Functionality of web page. Here web page we can create it. Functionality means how to create cookies, local storage, web storage. These all you will understand with this JavaScript. Using JavaScript you can understand how to create functions, how to create that functionality of web page using JavaScript. Next, what is the use of jQuery? Here jQuery is an external library. It is also nothing but JavaScript only. It's an external lib of JavaScript. We call it as external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. Here jQuery mainly used for creating our application. This jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. So what is the use with the Ajax? Here Ajax, here it is the asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Here asynchronous JavaScript and XML. We call it as Ajax. Here Ajax is nothing but here it is the asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is here we use this Ajax without refreshing the page. If you want to get server data, that time we use this Ajax. We use this Ajax to implement our code without refreshing the page. If you want to get the server data, that time only we use this Ajax call. Here next one, here responsive design. Responsive design time you will understand how we use our application, how we can show our application in mobile, in tablet, in desktop, in all different resolutions, how we can show our output. That comes under responsive design. Next one, here it is Bootstrap. Bootstrap, here it is here HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. It's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. It's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You will understand what is that framework, what is the use of it day by day sessions. Next, less and SAS programming I'm going to explain here. And less and SAS both are just, it is a superset of CSS. It's a preprocessor of CSS. It's a superset of the CSS. You will understand that. And every day I'll go with a project session. So project time I'll explain how to implement a real-time application with our known knowledge. What all tags we learned, what all CSS properties we learned, what all the JavaScript we learned, what was the jQuery we learned. Those all you can implement in the project session. That way I'll explain my content. Just I gave you brief information of each topic. By that you can understand how I teach, what I teach, and what is the use of each topic. You will understand some idea on all the topics. But if you want to be a front-end developer, along with this, you have to know any one of the front-end framework. Along with this topics, what I explained, what I mentioned here, along with these topics, if you know any framework, the framework not comes under this course. If you know any framework, JavaScript frameworks, these all front-end frameworks are Angular. Present development is going on Angular, React, Node.js, React.js, Vue.js, like that. So many JavaScript frameworks we have in the market. present development is going on under framework level. Even if you go for Java, Spring Boot are the Hibernate are the frameworks. If you go for PHP, Laravel, Zend are the frameworks. Cake PHP is a framework. If you go with the .NET, ASP.NET, the .NET related WC something, some Windows related Microsoft product, that framework we have, with that we can develop it. So whatever server application, whatever front-end application we use it, everywhere we are looking for framework development. Framework nothing but is a ready-made architecture. It is used for developing our application very easily and fast execution. That's why everywhere market looking for the framework developer. So if you know these all topics up to lessons as, then you can go for any one of the project session. Or when I start JavaScript, third topic of our course, that time onwards, parallelly you can start any framework class. With that framework class, you can apply as a front-end developer position. You can get the job. Okay. Yes. Is it clear?
I have a question, please. Are the classes Monday to Friday?
Your wish. If you are willing to come by Saturday, I'll take Saturday as a project session. If you are not interested, I'll go to Monday to Friday sessions.
It's helpful if we have Monday to Friday just to have the weekend to
Generally,
study.
it is Monday to Friday topic session.
Perfect.
Saturday will be project session.
Can we have projects on Monday instead of Saturday?
Yes, it's a continuation project, not in a single day project. Will create header part in one Saturday, footer part one Saturday, body part one Saturday, like that piecewise will go.
But can we not have a class on Saturday? Is this an option or no?
Yeah, your wish. It depends on all the students convenient. I'll continue Saturday classes. Who are ready for Saturday classes, for them I'll teach. If all are not interested, of if major number of students if not interested to come on Saturday, I don't take Saturday classes.
And will you give the project on Monday if we don't do Saturday?
Friday. I'll move to Friday. Monday to Thursday. Yes.
Because
Friday.
it's helpful if we have like 2 days to revise whatever you gave us.
Yes. And main, how much subject you will get it, that is main. How you implement the subject in the real time, that is the project.
Okay.
That is also very important. Yes. Any other?
The class is
Dinesh?
1 hour, right?
Every day 1 hour, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Today I joined late. I dropped my baby in other class. That's why I got late. But usually 6 I'll start my class, 7 I'll end my class.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Dinesh, something you want to ask? Dinesh Tota.
And how many projects do you cover in the session?
Project means we'll go one project in the weekdays. How much it is possible, that much will continue. So in the end of the course, we'll go with the one another project. Okay. Yes, any doubt?
Are you teaching in depth of JavaScript?
Yes, definitely. I'll teach you almost 20 hours of session. We will be in the JavaScript. Major amount of our course we will be in the JavaScript.
Maybe because I'm asking JavaScript. Yes,
Core
why?
and
Because I'm
advanced.
asking JavaScript is main. Yes.
Main topic. Yes, JavaScript is main in the real development. So I'll explain each and everything in the JavaScript. Okay. Anything more you want to ask?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Dinesh.
Can I
Srinivas.
speak in Telugu?
Yes.
What is the best framework to learn after JavaScript? Angular, React, Node.js, what's ma'am?
Yeah, no one can say go for this. Sometimes React will be good, sometimes Node will be good. After completion of your learning, we cannot say this one only will get better opportunity like that. Depends on what type of projects are coming in the market, what is the company requirement, how they want to do, what is the client requirement to implement the project. So based on that, we will get it. Okay. Yes. Yes. Any more doubts?
Other softwares to do
Sorry.
project.
What? What is your question?
Java, we need to install some software.
Yeah, here VS Code will install VS Code and how what all the things required, installations and all I'll explain in the sessions, regular sessions. We'll
Okay,
go with
ma'am.
the VS Code, Visual Studio Code.
Yeah, we can use brackets, right? Brackets or not.
Any Sublime Text, brackets, Dreamweaver, VS Code, any editor you can use it. That is your wish.
And the classes would have Monday to Friday better.
Yeah, I'll go with the Monday to Friday sessions. No problem.
Okay. Saturday మీరు project explain చేస్తారు.
Monday to Friday, I'll take, if you need Friday session, I'll take like project session.
So Friday will be Friday will be project session.
Yes, Friday will be the project session.
And do you provide us homeworks and exercises to work on our own?
Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely, I'll give you. Once the topic is over, topic related task I'll give to you. So I have to finish it and submit to my mail. I'll share my mail ID with you once the class get confirmed. Okay. Any more doubts?
Actually, we get job now, ma'am, as a front-end developer without any experience.
Yeah. See, no one can say yes or no for that. Depends on the knowledge of the student, depends on the client requirement of the office.
Okay.
Yeah. So no one can say you bond, writing of bond, you'll definitely get job. No one can say that. So depends on how much subject you got it, how much practical experience you got it, how you will clear, how you will implement that in the in front of the office person, interview person. So depends on that, we'll get it.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, I'm asking that if you are a fresher in front-end developer, we may get job or not, ma'am.
Yes,
If
yes,
we
in
have
that,
a full knowledge.
yeah, definitely. Definitely, huge requirement will be there in the front end.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. For the continuation of our class. Thank you.